Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, I've been gone for a minute. But this season has been dragging for me at this last stretch here. It's just hula. Ooh, my goodness. What would really bring me back is if just at the cusp of the finale, Dejan and Meg go home. I would prefer Helena and Harry in the final, not to win, but in the final, if that means Dejan and Meg go home. I cannot give this man the satisfaction of thinking that his games have won him the game. No. And apparently his sister was on live basically exposing that he actually is in debt and does need the money. Baby, it makes sense. It makes sense because that man is working for the Birkin. But anyways, let's talk about episodes 41 to 43. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell and leave a comment down below. Cash accepts Tony's apology and he's willing to try again, but he doesn't want to be in a triangle, which makes sense. He's going to be very deliberate about this whole triangle thing. He's really trying to be respectful, but then also trying to see if that like physical or romantic chemistry is there, which is kind of like a hard balance, but I think that he did a good job. At first, he didn't really feel that sexual connection with Billikis, and I cannot blame him. She also said that she's very guarded, and it shows. It definitely shows. I've been struggling to see Billikis really open up on a romantic level. Granted, I don't see anybody in this villa who is worth it outside of Cash, but I don't really think that she's been like flirting, and maybe it's just not her strong suit. I'm with you, girl. I suck at flirting. But yeah, that like sensuality hasn't really been coming from Billikis, so I'm not surprised that she said herself that she's very guarded. Then we have Harry, who apologizes to I said Harry apologizes to Harry. Oh, probably Shakira. I wouldn't accept his apology. I feel like he has done too much in this season. He has shown that his apologies are just air. Just like Harrison, you say things to keep the peace, but you don't actually mean what you're saying. Keep Shakira's name out your damn mouth. Truly. You and Helena. Because it's just enough. These two are obsessed with the girl. It's scary. It's actually scary. Dejan says that, Dejan was being really rude, sorry. In the kissing game, they did that blindfolded thing where the girls will kiss down the line and then the guys rank the kisses. He was being so rude. He's like, oh, that kiss was dead. This one was horrific. Oh, horrible. 0 out of 10, -2 out of 10, just being negative himself. Oh, Helena was grabbing everybody by the neck. To me, that seemed very unsettling. I don't know. It just made me a little bit uncomfortable. I was like, why is everybody getting a neck snatch? My Lord. Speaking of grabbing, Jamie was grabbing every girl's booty. And we're going to see the different response to when Yasmin calls him out compared to when Dejan was called out for doing the same thing. Then we have Harry and Emma, who had a very long kiss, which he enjoyed. And he rated her, along with Shakira, higher than Helena. Mind you, Helena said she did a thing in the kiss to let him know that it was her, and he still didn't pick up on that. He later on is like, oh, I actually didn't even know who I was kissing. Well, that's bad. She's doing something that's very specific to what y'all two do, and you still couldn't differentiate her from the rest. Big yikes. Then we have Billikis, who kisses weird. I'm sorry. I was giving G.I. Joe a hard time, although he could work on his kissing. I think Billikis can't kiss. Billy can't kiss. It pains me to say. Y'all remember, was it last season? Yeah, last season we were like, oh my gosh, Ayo and Mimi, like they be kissing. We later discovered it was just Mimi. It was just Mimi because when Ayo was kissing Jess, painful to watch. But Ayo and Mimi and anybody, Mimi and Josh, Mimi and Ayo, Mimi and anybody in the challenge, woo! That girl could kiss, okay? Then we have Dejan, who actually says that was his favorite kiss until Meg came along. Meg was pecking everybody, and she gave him the business. And obviously, he was like, oh, 10 out of 10, so good. You're the best. I love you so much. Okay. And then Angel did have good scores. However, overall, Tony took the win. Then we have Meg, who tells Dejan that he was being rude in the game. He doesn't really care. He does not care how he came across. She let him off easy. You know why? Because they're the same. They're both rude and disrespectful. She's unable to really hold him accountable because then she'd have to look at her own behavior. If she even has the self-awareness to think his behavior is a reflection of my own behavior. Just the both of them. I'm so tired of them. I need them off my screen immediately. Immediately. Then next we have Yasmin, who tells Jamie that she was not happy with the way that he was kissing in the game. And he was like, you know what? When I take some time to think about it, it definitely was too much. If you were the one in my position, I would not have appreciated that. So I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that again. That was a good example of number one, an apology. And number two, not crucifying your partner for something that they did not know was even wrong. I feel like you can't chastise somebody for things that you haven't outlined to be wrong, especially on Love Island. Like challenges are, full on. So if he's full on, you can't necessarily blame him. Whereas last time, Meg was kicking absolutely off, which makes sense regarding Meg. And then Dejan was like, well, I didn't squeeze it. So because you didn't squeeze the bum, it makes it like Jamie handled this so great. So did Yasmin. Good on them too, honestly. Then we have Helena, who is finally realizing that Harry isn't serious. And he's likely going to show her flames when they're on the outside. This girl is like, oh, he keeps flirting and making disrespectful comments. Like, I'm not okay with that. Girl, if he can do that now, in your presence, imagine what he could do in your absence. You literally have an ex-girlfriend in the villa who is saying he brought women into our home. We've been together for 3 years. Y'all barely have known each other for 3 months. Anyways, all right. Yasmin wants to have a talk with Dejan. Dejan is completely shutting her down. He's like, I'm eating my pasta, Yasmin. Oh, this is dumb. This is stupid. I don't want to. Oh, this is dumb. Oh. Meg, this is your man. Okay. Anyways, Yasmin, as she's walking back, he was like, oh, yo, Jay, check that. Or no, he was like, oh, I'll have to tell Jay to check that. What do you think this is? If Jay was to say anything, Yasmin is her own person. She can say what she wants to say when she wants to say it. I don't know what you thought this was. Just because you can put Meg in her place doesn't mean other men are going to and can do that with their girls. Don't start. And then Helena with her bird self talk about, yeah, get your girl. They are so unsettling, the four of them, all four of them. Moving on, now that the challenge is over, everybody's wanting to kiss child. Everyone wants to kiss outside of a challenge. We have Connor and Shakira, but Shakira tells him, like, listen, I just want to wait. I'm not really here for all of that PDA right now. Next was Boris and Emma, who was not happy that he didn't say that she was his best kiss. He said that Angel was his best kiss, and later we do see him trying to like feed for a kiss from her, but she doesn't really give in. Then lastly, we have Cash and Billikis, who kiss outside of the challenge. I'm sorry, this just further proves that she's not the best kisser. This was better than the challenge. But they're very awkward. Their energy is awkward. And although I don't want him back with Tony, I think that's where he belongs. Something about the banter that they have together, it just works. And the gag is, I think that Billikis had that banter coming into the season. Something about like the time that, why am I holding this? Something about the time that she has spent here has just like diminished her luster a little bit. But I feel like the way that she came in on Smoke is what Cash would appreciate. But that has since died down, and so I don't know. We'll see. Then we have Harry, who shuts things down with Angel, which Helena is buzzing about. But what she doesn't realize is that Harry is still flirting with her in the process. Like, he's still making comments while saying, oh yeah, I'm done pursing, but I'm still going to give you eyes, and I'm still going to make that, and I'm still gonna. Helena, there's nothing to be excited about. Nothing at all. He later on tells Helena that he was just going to do what he wanted to do with Angel to see how much he could get away with. There's nothing more to be said. That is embarrassment to the nth degree. And clearly he could get away with murder where Helena's concerned, as long as he comes back and apologizes. And his apologies are always half-assed anyways. But she accepts it every single time. Dejan says that he is the head of the family, and he's used to people coming to him for advice, and him always looking out for other people, and people don't jump to look out for him. Well, his sister proved that because she's been airing him out on social media. But anyways, he then is like, that's the reason why I had to shut Yasmin down, because I'm finally putting myself first. What does that have to do with anything? You're rude and disrespectful. That's why you did it. It has nothing to do with people not always being in your corner. Please. Then here goes Meg the Mug talking about, yeah, people are just jealous and they constantly come for us because they just want what we have. What is it that you have that everybody wants? Nobody wants this, babe. These two are the epitome of delusion. They are the epitome. They value themselves to such a level that honestly, like, it makes you think that they're like maybe narcissistic, like at the diagnosing level, not the like social media type, oh, narcissist. They might actually be clinically narcissistic. It's crazy. Oh, moving on. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even say that because, listen, I have a bachelor's in psychology, so I'm very particular about diagnosing people. But these two? Connor says that he puts in more energy with Shakira, but Shakira says that she's kind of scared to lean in because number one, she's been hurt in the villa plenty of times. And number two, she doesn't trust that Connor is going to be fully about her. She says, if you eventually want us to be closed off, you're going to have to act like a person who's closed off. I fully agree. If you want to become my boyfriend, show me that you have boyfriend qualities. If you want to be exclusive, show me that you're loyal enough for me to trust in you being exclusive. I hear you, Shakira. I fully do. Meg and Dejan go on a date. They say that they're the strongest couple, and honestly, I can't even disagree with them. Number one, they're one of the only closed off couples. And number two, they're the best of a bad bunch. There aren't really any strong couples in this villa. Does that mean that they are compatible? Probably not. Actually, honestly, probably they are compatible. Does that make them a strong couple in reality? No. You're just the best of a bad situation. That doesn't make you the best overall. Anyways, he starts talking about their journey and how at this point he doesn't see him being with anybody else. He's so excited to introduce her to his family and he feels like they're going to fully accept him. She reiterates the same thing. He says, will you be my girlfriend? She says, yes, happy days, whatever. When they come back to the villa, the first thing she screams, oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. I get the excitement, but it definitely was giving like, look at me, guys, look at me. I'm the favorite. Look at me. Okay, Meg. All right. The girls were excited for her. At least they tried their best to be. Helena was the only truly, genuinely happy person for her. Everyone else was kind of like, yay, girl, if you like it, I love it. And we know what that means. Then we see Shakira and Tony having a conversation, basically like, oh, we know Dejan thinks he did his big one, which he does. It seems like this man has truly studied Love Island and is trying to be like the picture perfect winner. You come in, you explore a connection, it seems strong, but then bombshells come in and you test that connection, Casa Amor comes, you test it even more, but then you stay loyal, then you become exclusive, then you become boyfriend and girlfriend. He has the script and he's trying his best to stick to it, but baby, nobody's believing it. Nobody at all. Anyways, yeah, basically they're like, if we talk too much, we're going to come across shady. So let's just not say anything at all. I agree. People think that it's so calculated that they don't want to speak. Y'all get mad when Shakira speaks. Y'all get mad when Shakira doesn't speak. What do y'all want Shakira to do? Oh, Lord. So Helena says that she did not like Harry making comments to Angel. Basically, there was a conversation where they were on the beanbags, the three of them. And he's like, oh, are you wearing any underwear? And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, like just making comments or whatever. And she's not impressed with that. But my thing is, the man literally said to your face, he is going to do things to see how far he can get. How much are you good? Like, how much rope are you going to give him? And you keep giving it. She sets a boundary. Again, this is her new discovery that boundaries exist. She sets a boundary and he's like, you know what? I'll rein it in. And then in the confessional, this girl literally says, oh, wow, I might have to do this more often because, I've set a boundary and he was receptive to it. Maybe this is the way to go. Has a pick-me had a revolution? Revelation? Not a revolution, child. Has a pick-me had a revelation? Yeah. It doesn't pay to be a pick-me. I'm so sorry. It really doesn't. Set your standards and find somebody who's going to adhere to them and whose standards you are also going to adhere to. You don't have to just go along to get along just to say you got a man. There's more to life. There's really more to life. Cash and Billikis. Well, Cash says Billikis is his typical type. However, they just haven't explored that like sexual connection. Since they've had a few kisses now outside of the challenge, he feels like that is developing more. But Tony is still his spec. I kid you not, I'm still struggling at the fact that he is so stuck on Tony. I just didn't see that on my bingo card. Tony loves bingo. I really didn't see that on my bingo card, honestly. He really, really likes this girl. So yeah, he's kind of torn right now. We have Tony, who then is like, okay, let's go to the hideaway. And he's like, I'm not doing that. That's very shady. That's not me. Girl, this is not Harrison. You could pull that kind of stuff with Harrison. This is Cash, okay? Then he's like, I could do the terrace. That's the most that I could do. On the terrace, this girl is fiending for a kiss. Fiending. And he's like, I can't do that. I really can't do that. I'm trying to be respectful. I loved that from this man. Loved it from him. Then can you imagine Harry goes to Cash and he's like, that's a grown man right there. Mind you, Harrison is 6 years older than Cash, because Cash is 24, right? He's 6 years older than Cash, and you're saying the 24-year-old is a grown man simply because he can exercise restraint. Guys, that is so embarrassing. But anyways, Billikis was like, oh no, like I feel like a mug right now, baby girl, don't. I mean, it's gonna suck no matter which way Cash goes, but I will say he has been very respectful, in my opinion. He does end up kissing Tony the next day at the Love Island Fest. Basically, he misses that girl. And can I confess? I got butterflies. I did. Their vibe is unmatched. It sucks that she handled things the way that she did. At the end of the day, it was really like her bruising his ego that's keeping him from wanting to just dive back in with her. But they had a good thing. They really did. I hope, because I was in Sade's live yesterday because I hadn't watched the episode. Some people think that Tony is just sticking through because she has no other connection. I hope that that's not the case. I truly, truly believe Cash's feelings for her, and I hope that she's not just toying with him because she doesn't have another option. But we will see. Shakira says that she's been feeling that Connor is kind of racing through their connection. She's not quite where he's at, and she does let him know that, which is good. She says again that her walls are up, and he understands they're just going to take it at her pace. Helena and Harry decide to be exclusive. Nobody really cares, to be honest with you. She says that she didn't expect this. Harry absolutely had a script. He was like, I'm going to play around with Angel, and after I'm done with that test, I'm going to be exclusive with homegirl. Mind you, Helena's the same girl who said she doesn't want to be exclusive off the back of him pursuing Angel. But you did exactly that. Anyways, Maya comes into the Love Island Fest, and she says that the UK has been voting. The top girls are Yasmin and Tony. Not mad at that. Top boys are Ty and Cash. Ty, I expected, because Ty has handled himself very. Oh, it probably was that terrace scene where Ty was wiping Cash's tears. That would have done it for me too. Cash is like, honestly, I'm shocked. I don't know what they're seeing. And even Maya was like, you've been a stand-up dude. Like, it makes sense. Trust me. The bottom girls are Emma, Billikis, and Angel. Emma is immediately dumped for having the lowest votes. And then the bottom guys are Connor, Harry, and Boris. Boris is immediately dumped for having the lowest votes. They both say that they're going to continue pursuing their connection. We'll see. We then are told that the top people are then going to vote for one girl to be dumped because there is an uneven number of people. If I'm to guess, it might have to be Billikis. Yes, Angel is the newest on the scene, but because there is a triangle, I think that Cash is going to have to put his foot down and make a decision, especially because he alluded to Tony that he is not going to drag it on for much longer. This would be the time. This would be the time to make your intentions known. And then we see in the preview that Megan and Blue are back. Now, Blue, I don't understand why. Who was checking for Blue, for real? Even now. Maybe if we had some more Costa girls, but even now, who's checking for Blue? But Megan, I definitely want to see if Connor will remain true to what he just said to Shakira. But anyways, that's it for me. As always, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.